What's up, Sunflower family? So I am jumping right into this video because this is going to be one of the most detailed quick weave videos I have probably ever put up. So sit tight, get ready. We're going to jump right into this. Now, today's video is actually in collaboration with my number 4 favorite hair company, Yolissa. This has been my favorite since the beginning of time, back when I used to do the middle part quick weaves, all of that good stuff, when I would do the extended ponytails. Yolissa has some of the most natural, soft, silky bundles, so I'm really excited to share this with you. Now, first things first, we have to protect our hair, so I'm going to be using the Mizani Thermal Strength Heat Protectant because I did actually wash, condition, and kind of prep my hair before. If you guys need a video on how I pre-stretch my hair, then I will definitely link it down in my description box below. What I typically like to do is add like some type of leave-in conditioner, which again will be linked in the description box, and I essentially just go ahead and braid my hair into plaits or individuals. They are not parted in any particular way. I just want to do that to kind of stretch out my hair so that a lot of the moisture will be gone by the time I go to blow it out. So the Pattern Beauty blow dryer has still been a fave. I know a lot of you guys have been asking. The attachments are still attached. They are doing what they need to do. And I like to just blow dry on medium-high heat. And this is just to avoid any further heat damage. Now, if you guys have been with me for some time, then y'all know my hair has gone up, down, all around, in between all the things, okay? And so I'm at that midway point where I'm like, do I want to do another medium big chop, or should I just let it grow out, continue to trim my ends? Because I did have a ton of heat damage from wearing micro links. Really quickly, the way that I determine where I want my side part to be, I will literally line the comb up with the middle of my iris, the center of your eye, and then I will go ahead and create a diagonal shape going directly through it, across my forehead to the side. You guys, if you need to play that back, definitely play it back as many times as you need to. I just find that that is more than likely the most comfortable and flattering part for side parts for me personally. If you want to do something deeper, you absolutely could. I do actually have a more detailed braiding tutorial on how to do this for the side part, so I will definitely be sure to have that video up and ready to go by the time this one is posted for you as well. And I just want to keep things nice, light, and simple. I don't want to do too much. I didn't want the braids to be overly small because I knew I was only going to be wearing this for 2 weeks. And it's also not needed. As long as your braids are really tight, secure, and laying flat to your head, you should be okay. You guys can see I connected everything all the way up into that center braid, and then I literally just took the center braid and tucked it into the other one. So no sewing necessary. You don't have to be super skilled at braiding. You don't have to overkill with the parting. Now for the wig cap. Sometimes I will come in with a brown or a nude wig cap just so that you guys are able to really see this. But this is now maybe my 6th quick weave video, and so I feel comfortable enough to say, all right, y'all, let's elevate to the black cap because by now we should be pretty comfortable with the parting, the spacing, and where everything should be placed. Now, if you still need a little bit of help, y'all can see I took just like an eyeshadow, or this was actually an eyeliner, like a chunky, milky eyeshadow, just something to outline the areas that I did not want the glue to touch, which were going to be the perimeter of my leave out. So I just was really careful with that. I also decided that I did not want the cap to sit, you know, as loose as sometimes it does. So I wanted to stretch it just to really make sure that we didn't have any extra fabric. So this is new. I decided I was going to go ahead and cut a little slit for my ear, just the tip of it, so I can remember to not place any tracks past that point. So perfect. That way you avoid using this 30 Seconds Salon Pro Glue on your ears, beside your ears, and just having it not placed correctly. So this is their Brazilian body wave. I have a 22-inch, a 20-inch, and also an 18. I went in with the 20-inch to start because I am one of those people that likes the weight to really sit like at the bottom of the hair. So I want it to be a super blunt cut. I went ahead and just pulled that out, and then I'm literally just measuring out the amount of track that I wanted to use. You guys will see that this technique saves you so much time and it creates the versatility. So if you want, you definitely could leave out the entire perimeter. I do actually have another braiding pattern tutorial to show you how to do that. It was on a middle part, but it's essentially the same thing. And yeah, I pretty much like to use this. I curve all the parts or all of the tracks going upward. That way, if I decide to do a flip back, I will have, versatility there. And also, if for any reason I do not have long hair, if for any reason the hair is not full and really framing my face, curving the tracks upward is going to create the face frame. It's going to create the fullness that you need. Sometimes, I don't know if this has happened to you, but it's definitely happened to me, where I would do a side part and it would just seem like so much of my face was just like showing. It's just like all face, then you got the part, all the hair pulled back. If that's more so of the look that you want, everything out of your face, I would not suggest doing this method. If you want all of the hairs to really be going in one direction, to be uniform, that side part to be a heavier, fuller bang, then this is going to be the go-to. So let me know if you guys would like to see the versatility in both, because it makes a huge difference. And so what I like to call this is more so like the illusion method, because I'm essentially going to be stacking the tracks on top of each other, which is going to create an illusion part. Now, if your hair is like 1 inch, 2 inches long, this is going to be perfect, because you'll already have that natural seamless blend. And so when you go to flat iron your hair to cover the tracks, it'll blend seamlessly. And so examples like this would be great if I was still taking clients, because I would really be able to show you guys what it is that I'm talking about. But okay, let's just get back into it, right? So you guys can see I continue to just curve the tracks up, and I know at this point, some of you are like, wait, Chrissy, did you skip a step? Hold on now. Because the last video you showed me that you use a Salon Pro, the protector. Actually, that wasn't Salon Pro. I think that was created by, I cannot think of the brand name right now, but I did actually use a protector in a different video. I think I've used a protector maybe in about 3 videos now. What I ended up learning is that when I went to wash it, y'all, the quick weave just slipped off, okay? Like literally slipped off of my head. So I realized the protector does exactly what it's supposed to do. It is water activated. Once you put water on it, it's gonna make whatever touches it slip. So I wanted to avoid that. I knew that I really wanted to show you guys how to wash a quick weave, so I skipped that step. I still want to show you how to protect your hair. I did end up using 2 caps. I don't think that I said that before, but I did just double up the caps for you just to provide a little bit more of a barrier. But this is glue, so no matter what, the glue will touch your hair, and there's just a specific way to remove it, which I do have videos on that as well, but I'll be recording for this particular style. I'm going to show you how to safely remove it so that you don't have to worry about the glue damaging your hair and doing all the craziness. So just stay tuned, okay? Definitely make sure that you turn on your post notifications if you guys have not already, because I don't want you to miss that video. And definitely be sure to give this video a thumbs up or a like if you guys have already made it this far. Y'all know whenever I do a very detailed video, 9 times out of 10, I am going to be walking you through it, talking you through it, I should say, so that you get every step of the way. So we're now at the part where we have filled in most of the area space. And so now we're going to go ahead and just pretty much close it up. Now, usually if you're going to have a side part, you will find yourself adding maybe about 3 to 4 more tracks to your left or your right side just to continue the circle, because you want it to be even. It's not even really a circle. It's more of a half moon shape, I guess. Yeah. So you guys can see the space that we have left, and I still continue to create the illusion method as much as possible, because it really, like I said, creates that volume, and also it's going to give me that bang effect that I'm looking for. And yeah, from here I was like, how many more tracks could I get? Technically, I'm going to say about 3. So I have finally made it to my 3rd bundle, y'all. So I stacked the 22-inch in the middle, the 20-inch at the bottom, and then I probably used maybe about 3, not even 3 full tracks from the 18-inch. Now, I don't recommend y'all do what I'm doing right here, but I had trouble seeing the top as clear as I needed to. So I'm like, I think it would be a lot easier for me to just apply a little bit of glue, nothing too crazy, and then of course just actually sticking the track in, which is exactly what I did here. So I'm going to show you how to do that really quickly. And y'all can see I'm trying to be super precise, because what you don't want to happen is for you to go to cut off your cap and realize you have glued over the top of your actual hair or into that parting space, because that will be a no-no. This is literally going to destroy or almost destroy the style from that point. If it does happen to you though, like girl, there's always a way to fix it. You will end up needing to take a little bit of hair oil to go through your hair to comb everything out root to tip to get rid of any glue that may be left over. You may even need to remove that actual track and then just kind of start from there. But hopefully, fingers crossed, you guys are moving very slowly when you do this. And they do actually have, I believe it's like on Amazon and a bunch of other places, there's like these 3-way mirrors now. So if you want to hook it onto your door, you can use that, and that way you never even have to use your other hand as a handheld mirror. So that's probably something I should even invest in. I just don't like the way that it looks, and I find that it kind of gets in the way of what I want the vibe and the aesthetic of my video to actually be. So I don't mind doing the old school way. Okay, now something that you really want to be mindful of is when you go to cut off this cap. Y'all, I have cut my hair probably about 2 times. I was about to be dramatic, but I have trimmed off a piece of my Leavout before, and I did not like it. I ended up having maybe like a 4-inch difference in the rest of my hair, resulting in me having to cut it. So y'all, doing your hair at home, yes, it saves you money, but it can also set you back when it comes to length retention. Great example of this, you guys can see I began to cut off the perimeter of the cap. I ended up trimming off a little bit of a track. Not a big deal, but if this was my hair, that would have been a big no-no. So I will say proceed with caution, okay? This is not something that is super just like, I mean, there's always going to be a way to make a mistake in anything that you do in life. I don't want to start preaching to you, but just use me as an example. Take your time, okay? Because sometimes I make mistakes too, but there's always a way to avoid them. So if I would have just taken a little bit more time, maybe flipped around to see the back of the mirror, I could have avoided that. But like I said, all in all, it wasn't my real hair, so that's a good thing. And I just went ahead and cut off the remaining of the cap. Now, in case you guys are wondering, like, Chrissy, you cut the cap off, it didn't even move. That's a good thing. It's only because it's glue. So the glue is attached to my hair. And the way that I like to remove the cap whenever I do actually have glue in, and I have not used like any type of protective shield, is conditioner. Conditioner is going to be your best friend because you'll be able to easily comb out your hair. You're definitely going to want to do that with like, we'll talk about it in another video, okay? So definitely make sure that you stick around because I want to show you how to safely remove this. I intend on keeping this in for about a week and a half, 2 weeks. I said a week, but y'all, I have it in right now recording this voiceover. So that lets you know I was in love with the hair. Now, I did need to just kind of finish up closing and everything. Now, obviously you don't have to do this, but this is a pro tip. If you really want to have that seamless blend, you will just go ahead and cut off a piece of web that will completely cover the perimeter of your Leavout. You actually want to go ahead and apply a small amount of glue and allow it to get maybe halfway dry. You'll know because the glue will start to turn a darker color. You don't want it to turn completely jet black. It should still be a grayish color, but go ahead and just kind of give it a little bit of drying time. If it's 30 seconds, take it down to 15 and then apply it because you don't want this to get messy and spill everywhere all over into your scalp. Essentially, you want the glue to only hit the very area of your part, which means it should only be on your scalp. If it leaks a little bit into the hair area, it's not too bad because of course y'all know I'm going to show you how to safely remove it, but less is more. So try your best to avoid it at all costs. And then of course I went ahead and just took a paddle brush to brush through everything, and you guys can see because it is that natural like body wave texture. It was super big, full. It had these nice pretty curls, which is not realistic because the hair is actually processed. So when I go to wash this, which I did film a how to wash video, y'all got the series coming, okay? So yes, when you go to wash it, you guys will see that the hair is actually more on a natural wave side, but we call it a body wave simply because it has a lot more body. It's fuller, thicker, and it's just gonna appear to have more of a wave. So if you go to wash it, allow it to air dry, it's actually going to give you more of that natural wave, and in comparison to straight hair, it's not as silky. So unless you're someone that just has super silky hair and you're going for that really bone straight look, I would recommend getting more of like a deep wave or a body wave to really give you the texture you may want. I also find that it blends easier with my natural hair, especially if I'm not going to be doing like a yucky texture, but I want something that's like kind of silky, but also not gonna have too much trouble blending, because y'all know my hair is high porosity, which means 9 times out of 10 my hair is looking frizzy. And the reason for that is because my cuticles are not closing all the way down. It's not retaining the moisture as much. So I typically have to go in and apply some type of water to my hair every day, every other day, lock it in with some type of oil, all of the things, right? Just to get it to really lay down. You guys will see what I mean when it comes to my Leavout. We'll talk about it at that time. But for now, I went ahead and just used a Pattern Beauty blow dryer to blow out my hair, to kind of relax the curls, to make it easier for me to go in, because I decided that I wanted to silk press this out. So I went in with my 1-inch EAP heat flat iron just to get this baby bone straight. So this is actually a ceramic iron, which is going to heat up evenly and also distribute the heat enough so that I don't have to go in and do multiple passes. It's definitely going to bring out the natural luster in the hair. So you guys will see, one pass, y'all, we got it bone straight, okay? Not that the hair really took much effort to straighten anyway. The hair was definitely nice, silky. This is to be expected from Yolissa though. If you guys are looking for like a deep wave, y'all, 10 out of 10 deep wave, okay? Definitely love a deep wave. Blow it out is gonna match perfectly with your hair texture. A body wave, same. The silk, I feel like the silky straight, I have only really used for like a half up, half down, or like a ponytail. Now, I will say, in my opinion, the bundles could be a little bit thicker, but because the wefts are so thin and the beards on the weft are so evenly folded over, y'all, it makes it so that you are able to build your weave the way you want it to. So in case you just want to do something natural like I did, right? 2 in like 1 strip of hair, okay? 2 full bundles and like a little bit of a third bundle. This is going to be perfect because the hair was super full. But if for any reason you want it even fuller than this, you guys literally stack those tracks side by side on top of each other. You know, literally don't miss a beat. I actually placed them about a half an inch away from each other just so that I can make sure that it wasn't like overly full and everything laid down straight, because I knew I was going to be wearing this more so in like a bone straight look with just like curled ends for the most part. Now I do need to upgrade my flat iron, okay? Because not even upgrade, because I love this. I will never like, I'm not throwing this out at all, but I do need another 2-inch iron. So in case you guys didn't know, the 2-inch or the 2-inch FHI flat iron that I had finally died on me, so I'm sad about that, okay? Christmas gift to me will be another 2-inch iron. I probably should just reach out to EAP Heat. Since I use their product so much, I mean, why not? But we'll see. I love it, so I want to support it. I will definitely be investing in one of their irons. And then, yeah, so you guys can see the blend is already doing what it needs to do. Look at it. Yes. So all that I had to do from here was continue to just press everything out. In case you guys are wondering, like, girl, what did you spray on it before? That was the Kenra flat iron spray. I usually get that either from Amazon or Ulta. It will be linked down below. I have it available on my house store, and I'll also think on Amazon as well, but no worries, it'll all be listed in my shops. And yeah, what that pretty much does is act as like a barrier. It's like a light holding spray. So I went in to really activate it, make sure that it was completely dry with the blow dryer. So that's why also you guys saw me kind of blow it out. It helped relax the hair a little bit, and it just makes flat ironing super easy. You don't have to worry about the flyaways because it does, again, act as like a light holding spray. So you guys can see, okay? Use the comb to do the work for you. Do not overkill. Don't burn your fingers trying to touch the hair and all that. It does take a while to kind of maneuver around the comb and with the flat iron, but after a while, you guys will get the hang of it. That way, everything is smooth, because y'all know sometimes when you flat iron, if you stay in one spot for too long or if it skips, you end up with those like weird dents. So just make sure that you're checking your work. Use the mirror so nobody else got to clock you, okay? I'm clocking you. Let me let you know, sis. Go back through, and I'm going to show you a beautiful way to seal everything in just a bit. So I'm just going through, smoothing everything in, and y'all, I love the texture of the hair. It was super soft and silky, even with adding the products. I did not get like a ton of product buildup. The only place that I felt like needed the work was really towards the back. Like there was this one middle spot that I wanted so badly to just have someone press that little area out for me. I eventually got it. So I had to do a couple of different angles. I went in with the Kenra. This is their working spray. This has actually become one of my holy grail products. I just recently discovered it. Ulta had like a huge sale. I got it on sale for I think like $14. Did I make that up? I don't know, but it was really inexpensive. I feel like it was about 14 or 16. But anywho, I will be sure to add that to my house store so that you guys can grab that as well. Y'all, it is a beautiful product. It is definitely I think more of a stronghold than like the Kenra flat iron spray, but because it's more of a hairspray, it definitely doesn't come out as wet. So I appreciate that. I don't have to go through with the blow dryer or anything, but it seals everything. It even has a bit of shine in it. So it helps gloss the hair and really just give a polished finish. I don't know about you, but I am like a stickler for polished hair. If you're gonna do a style, you don't have to overkill with like the product buildup, but give me a polished look. And y'all can see that's exactly what we have today. So taking the style from that body wave, full lioness hair to this nice silky bone straight look. You would not have gotten this look if you just did the silky straight hair. You would have ended up needing about 3 bundles, maybe even a little bit more, just to achieve this style. So if you are wanting to save a couple coins, okay, and still get you something that's gonna be versatile, definitely check out a body wave. Now, y'all know I got to go ahead and trim up the bottom. I don't know where I got these freaking shears from. They were super like old. They had to have been, because I had trouble like cutting through the hair. I was just so confused. But anyway, yeah, so I just trim off the bottom and then I make sure to kind of line it up at the back. This might be a little more complicated. I am double jointed, so I can really like get up in there if I need to. But yeah, if you need help with just trimming off the bottom, get a little bit of help. Typically bringing all the hair to the front will do the job though, and it's just going to give you that like kind of layered cut around. If you want it just to be absolutely bone straight, you'll just want to have someone cut it for you in the back, or if your arms are long enough, you can do it too. Now, I did go ahead and add a little bit of a face frame. I didn't want to do like an overly deep cut bang. Eventually, later on in the week, I did end up cutting the bangs a little shorter, but for now, I just wanted a cute little fringe situation. I ended up cleaning it up a little bit more with the scissors, so it could be a little bit sharper and just like that deep cut, but not so much so that when I wore it bone straight, it would look strange, because y'all know what I mean. Sometimes those cuts are a little too deep, but you guys can see it added a lot more body and movement in the hair. Sometimes when you have that one length, I mean, it's cool for a bone straight middle bust down, okay, but a side part, typically I just like a little bit more shape. I like shape just in all hair, honestly. I had to fight myself from layering this up completely. But yeah, so I just did the face frame in the front, and I just took a razor comb and my shears to go back and forth just to really make sure that everything was the way that I wanted it to. I measured both sides and kind of just matched them up. And I also just want to thank you guys for spending the time with me. This is truly my passion. I love and enjoy helping you guys create beautiful styles. Aside from saving your hair, okay, from the heat damage and all of that, I truly just appreciate you, because there's so many content creators out there and you guys decided to subscribe to me. So I am so appreciative, so grateful. Now let me show you how to blend this Leavout, okay, because I know that's usually the struggle. Now, I was telling you guys before that I do have high porosity hair. So my hair does have trouble holding moisture. I'm going to go ahead and apply a little bit of the working spray, a lot, okay, of the working spray, because I really need a product that's going to be lightweight to help hold down my hair. You will see some stylists go in with like a wax stick and all that, but I didn't want the heaviness of that wax stick or the oil to drip down, because gravity is real, okay? I didn't want that to get into the actual bundle hair, so I needed to keep it lightweight. You guys will see some smoke coming up off of my hair, but that blend is beautiful. The smoke is only going to come from the products. Obviously, I did use the working spray. I have also used the thermal protectant from Mazzani as well. So a lot of that heat is just a little bit of backlash from the product, so try not to worry too much. The best thing is your hair is protected. I did end up turning down my flat iron from 450 degrees down to 400 degrees, and I actually waited about 5 minutes before, applying it, because the iron does need some time to cool down. So, just give it a little bit of second. I probably should have waited even longer. I'm sure it's probably at about 425 to be completely honest, but that's okay. No worries. We got bone straight silky, natural hair that is not frizzy, that is not weighed down, that has been freshly washed, that is blending with the weave with no problem. Y'all, we have not even had to put a track in between our hair to help with the blending. If you do find that that's something you need to do, feel free. Literally, you would just part in between your Leavout space and apply a track directly in between that. It's gonna help blend even more. But like I said, I didn't end up needing that because my hair is just doing what it needs to do. I'm so proud of it. And a lot of times I think back to like when I was doing my hair in high school and just a lot of the things that I did not know that I know now. That's why I'm so eager to share this stuff with y'all. I remember the struggle, and I think I say this all the time, but like me and my hair, it's been a journey, okay? It's truly been a journey. I finally understand what she loves, what she needs, and like I'm here for it. Now I'm going through on cool. This is not actually any heat or anything. It's just a nice cold shot. I do love that about the Pattern Beauty blow dryer as well. You can do consistent cool air. So yeah, so I did that just to make sure my hair was, you know, not still stuck in that like braided weird pattern. I don't know why I did it. Didn't really have to, but yep. And then just hit it with that flat iron and look at that. Okay. Shiny, silky. It's definitely not going to be super flowy though, because it is more of a hairspray, and my hair just doesn't really do that. That's the thing. Like, unless I do a natural silk press with absolutely no product at all, that's the only time that I see my hair move like featherweight, truly. And even then, I'm never really satisfied with the results. So I always have to have something to kind of weigh it down just a little bit so that it looks more uniform. That's why I prefer my afro, to be completely honest, because that's about as much bounce as I typically get out of my hair. Anytime I apply a product, it really just like weighs it down, but it doesn't hold on to the moisture. It's a very interesting concept. But you guys can see I did go, behind myself because I wanted to make sure that the part was as straight and like curved as possible. Y'all, we really want to make this look like we did not do it ourselves. That's the goal, okay? So practice makes perfect. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Y'all know I'm going to keep bringing out the videos. I actually created a brand new channel. It's a plant channel because I didn't want to bombard y'all with like all of this natural, holistic type of stuff where I'm more so talking and having like therapy with you guys a little bit, like really just getting a lot more vulnerable. I didn't want to subject you guys to that, considering the Forever Chrissy channel is truly more of the beauty content, and I don't want to have to constantly explain why I'm talking about things that are considered more vain in the same breath of me talking about more natural things. So I created a new channel, and it's going to be a slow grind, okay? Because I understand that there is a new audience building on YouTube, especially for Black content creators that are doing plant videos. I mean, you guys do a search real quick, philodendron, any type of plant you can think of, okay? 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a person of another race. So here I am to open a new door for you guys. So if you guys have not already and didn't know about it, check out my description box. It will literally just say new plant channel. Go ahead and subscribe. I will begin posting on that channel really soon. I have so much content loading, which is so crazy because I've been filming this plant content for almost a year now. And so you guys will finally start to see what I've been working on behind the scenes, what's been keeping me sane aside from the hair. So now that I have learned to water and nurture my head, I have now extended those talents to something of the earth. So I am also able to share that as well. And y'all, 10 out of 10 for both, okay? Because eventually I want to be able to grow food, and there's just so many other things like, so I'll keep this one for all things beauty vlogs, and when I just kind of want to pop out, y'all know what's going on, all right? I did go ahead and just add a little bit of a bump. Now, y'all don't have to do this. That bone straight was doing everything that I needed it to do for me, you, and our sisters, okay? But I did go ahead and just add a little bit of a bump just because it gave me more of that like 90s flow. I know a lot of you are like, girl, I don't like the baby hair, so I don't know if this counts as baby hair. Like, does this count? Like, I think that was like a little bit of like broken off hair from heat damage that just kind of got swooped into it. And then I actually took a little bit of, this is like an oil from a very light oil from Bronner Brothers that I love, love, love. It's now discontinued, so I'll be sure to give you like an alternative. Typically, I use like the BioSilk, and that works beautifully. I've been using it on my natural hair for years, and even when I used to go get my hair like silk pressed at salons, it's dependable, okay? So I say all that to say, y'all, thank you for sitting in on this tutorial. I am in love with what the hair looks like. It is blending without any trouble. I didn't have to do too much to it. When it comes to, you know, maintenance, I know y'all are like, how did you keep this up? I didn't end up wrapping it this time. All that I did was literally pulled my hair back into like a ponytail using like a soft scrunchie that wasn't gonna leave like a dent or anything. I'll leave like the link to the ones that I use. Pulled that back, put on a headscarf, literally tied it directly over my Leavout, smoothed everything down with the brush, and then tied it behind the nape of my neck really, really closely, put on a bonnet. That was it. Literally, that was it. So I do have a couple of more videos. Depending on how the quality came out, I should be able to share them with you because some of them was kind of, I don't know. But if you do need something to give you a little bit more hold, y'all know Pump It Up is the go-to. The bottle looks different here because this was from their professional line, which I don't think this is available. I only have access because of the access, but definitely be sure to check out, you know, the Pump It Up. I usually like to mix that with whatever silking shine that I'm going to be using because it acts as like an even better hairspray. I love it. It does what I need it to do all the time, always. And so I'm very curious to see what you guys think about this one. So far, so good. I don't have any real complaints about the hair. My hair held up really well. I'm excited to show you how I actually washed this and maintained it because that video has been long awaited. And y'all know, you can always tell if I really like my hair from how I look at y'all in the in the camera, okay? Anyway, I love y'all so much. Stay pretty. Welcome to Sunflower Gang. If you are new here, welcome to the family. I love y'all. Send this to your favorite stylist. I'll see y'all next time.